Your
Your
how's it going, everybody?
happy Thursday. My
Happy
bun is
Thursday.
crooked. No, the other way. There we go.
Ooh.
My fault. How's everyone doing? We just ate some pizza,
Just shout out to Gigi's.
and it is now pouring outside.
Isn't this place called something else now too? Their boxes are completely different.
It looked like it said Luigi's Pizza.
Yeah.
It was really
Luigi's,
good. I had like 2 slices. I love to put red pepper on my pizza and Parmesan. I'm the seasoning queen, okay? So it's a lot. It's a lot.
They're making pizza right now. Actually, that's hilarious.
We love us a homemaker.
What's your guys' favorite toppings? Favorite toppings, go.
Favorite toppings. I love me some buffalo chicken. A good New York style buffalo chicken slice.
Shrimp scampi pizza. Like,
I can't eat shrimp. That's unfair.
what do you mean that's not fair? I'm just saying.
You know
I
he'd
said,
be
what's your
getting
favorite?
shrimp scampi pizza when we go out to eat and then I can't eat it. Isn't that crazy?
I'm sorry, I don't have allergies, and I can eat everything you put in front of me.
I love me some pepperoni. That's what we just got. We got a pie, half regular, half pepperoni.
Yeah, half cheese, half pepperoni.
Wow, it's raining so hard right now.
Yeah, the rain came back. We literally came back just in time.
We literally live in a subtropical climate in New York City. Haha.
So probably buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken
Fire.
is bomb. Chicken bacon ranch goes crazy.
Chicken bacon ranch.
A good chicken bacon ranch slice goes crazy.
All right. Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of NDT podcast, Not at the Dinner Table, where we start talking about things that you normally wouldn't at the dinner table. Honestly, a whole bunch to unpack from the last week. I've been thinking about this since last week. We have a lot. And honestly, going through everything that we had to cut some stuff just because it's no longer relevant, or just because, other things ended up popping up today. You know what I mean? So the best way to, help us with what we end up talking about throughout, make sure that you guys are on the Discord, !Discord.
Yes.
But yeah, I am the host, Dylan. This is my co-host,
Chantel.
And first thing we're gonna end up talking about today, well, I guess who knows the Nelk boys.
First of all, there's been so many internet beefs this week. Like even yesterday, one just popped up that we're gonna talk about. So we're gonna go through a couple like different internet beefs, starting with the most popular one that I think we've seen. And
yeah, this one has been recently popping
popular.
off in terms of conversations.
So
you guys, hopefully most of you guys know Andrew Schultz. He's a hilarious comedian. Not sure how many of you guys know Nelk Boys. That's why I asked first, because I figured that would be a smaller audience. But basically, they had a podcast together, and it never surfaced. And I guess one of their managers or somebody that they work with was on another podcast and told them, like, hey, yeah, they do have an episode that they never released, and it was the one with Andrew Schultz. So then everybody ended up going after them and saying, you know what, release it. Let's just see it anyway. Do it for the fans. And they ended up releasing it. Boy, oh boy. I understand the beef between them. So we're going to give you a little bit of background context. I gotta... Yeah, there we go.
Alright, so this has to
clip.
do with Andrew Schultz, who's a comedian, and Steiny, who's one of the hosts of the Nelk podcast.
Wait, scroll down first. Okay, yeah. Go up to the top.
So we're gonna show you a clip from the podcast that they released the whole thing, and we want to get your opinions on like what do you think the vibe is.
You guys friends with each other? Yeah. Like,
why, you don't
genuinely?
get that vibe?
Yeah. No.
Why not?
Because the chemistry.
Vibe?
Yeah. No.
Why not?
Because the chemistry.
What's going on with your Wi-Fi, gang?
It's the rain.
Yeah, it probably is the rain. Make sure that when others in the stream.
Let's see if the other clip. basically, Andrew Schultz goes on this podcast and his energy is way off.
I thought you were just being a little annoying.
What makes you think that?
Like, he starts calling Steiny annoying and saying that Steiny's like playing a role with him. And then if anybody knows anything about Andrew Schultz is like, I would say kind of like an old school comedian where he's kind of gonna like
go up to the top clip.
He's going to like jab at you. And he was kind of jabbing at Steiny. And Steiny was just being himself.
Yeah.
Like,
why, you don't get that vibe?
Yeah. No.
Why not?
Because the chemistry.
Go back, pause it. There you go. Yeah, so basically, Schultz does feel like his energy is a little bit off. However, I feel like it's justified after seeing the whole thing. So before they ended up putting it out, there was rumors that they weren't going to put it out. Then Nelk ended up going out and saying like, oh, but it was Schultz that said that he didn't want to do it. And then Schultz returned fire and was pretty much just like, well, yeah, because it sucked and it was pretty bad. So then after that, they ended up releasing it, and these are the clips directly from it. If it loads, press play now. Let's see.
You guys friends with each other?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's got some things like, do you guys fuck with each other?
Because the chemistry is weird.
And saying that the chemistry's off. And then the end of the scene ends up being that he just doesn't get it.
What's confusing?
It's just
so I can help.
So that's the end of it. You could.
I don't get it.
Yeah. What's confusing?
It's just
so he was basically like questioning their whole podcast and like if they even knew how to do a podcast, which I think Andrew Schultz does have a lot of experience in that area. Granted, this was like 2 years ago. What the hell is that? Oh my god.
All right, next one.
I just feel like you targeted me. Did you or no? Did someone tell you to do that?
No. I thought you were just being a little annoying.
And Rip Steve, yeah, he can't be in any of that. That was also part of it. Skip past this part that you did before. See if that loads.
Yeah, so another part of the reason why they didn't decide to upload this is because Steve Will Do It was in the podcast. And even though he didn't have like a big moment in it at all,
yeah, doesn't really talk a lot.
His face was still shown. So they released this on Twitter. And the whole narrative is that Andrew Schultz basically felt like they didn't know who he was. And like he wasted his time by going there. So I think when you host a podcast and you invite a guest, you should definitely know who your guest is and what type of comedy they do, if they do comedy. And not be offended if they try to do that comedy with you. Like, if they would have just gone tit for tat with him, I feel like it would have gone way better than Steiny being like, you hate me. Because Steiny loves to be a crybaby.
Yeah, Steiny pretty much just ends up playing victim. Also, Teddy, I just noticed your message. So let me know if the music and the mics are good. You said you definitely should know about your guest. Yeah, and that's the thing. Their vibe is sometimes like they want to just throw out, and they might have been banking on that. However, if that's not clearly communicated to somebody like Schultz, then it's easy that you could get the blunt end of the stick. You know, you can't be mad if you got somebody in there in a bad mood that day. You know, like you guys have the ability to talk it out, and that's specifically what podcasts are for. You know, if they had a rapport where they knew that he doesn't go on podcasts like that, they could have asked, like, you know, why are you okay? This isn't how you normally look on podcasts. This isn't normally how you look at interviews.
Yeah, it's
and
also
I guess in a
interesting.
sense he did say that and did talk about it.
Yeah, it's interesting because both Nelk and Andrew Schultz came out saying why they didn't want the podcast to come out. Andrew Schultz basically said that it was a shitty podcast and like he didn't want that to be out there because he didn't feel like anything was done. Like, he felt like he was interviewing them and he wasn't being interviewed. And then Steiny didn't want it out because Steiny loves to be a crybaby and he wants to be accepted by everybody. Yeah. Right? So that's the part that's interesting. But They seem to have squashed it because they
then I
released
want to like
it.
talk
I mean,
about
I'm
it.
kind of playing something, but what?
Oh, if you're playing
what did
something,
I say that triggered you to say that?
He's so insecure, and I think
so
he plays his
that
character.
was
What did I do that pissed you
Steiny's
off?
I wouldn't say I was pissed off. Why would you say
that?
What did I do that
Into a
annoyed you?
character,
You were the one that
right?
came back and said that you felt hurt.
When was
you
I
get
phony
phony with somebody,
When
and
was
then
I
you get a
phony
real
with you?
reaction, you can't be upset.
When was I phony?
But you're doing exactly what you should do. You should try to get your moments. This is a good moment for you.
When you are not in that character, and to have at least like a tight knit circle of people that can tell when you are and when you aren't. And if you
but
are
I do
in a
sense
certain manner to be able to like address, you know, that you are playing a character. Steiny kind of did that, and then he also like pulled back on it. So Schultz was just like, I don't fucking get this guy. Like, what's his deal?
And Steiny does this thing where he like will lie to you through his teeth, and he'll smile at you, and then he'll be like, "Oh no, I'm not lying. Oh no, my feelings aren't hurt." But then his feelings really are hurt behind the scenes. So it's like, be a grown man and be respectful to your guest. And I think Nelk, they've improved over time because that was 2 years ago. So like, I understand if they didn't really know the dynamic yet.
This was 1 year ago.
No, it said this 2 years ago. Oh, November 2022. I don't know math. Anyways.
That's like half a year ago.
Sure, but they kept saying that this was over 2 years ago. Like, that's what Kyle kept saying in his videos.
Unless this TikTok was filmed, then I don't know. But,
I don't know.
But what's this one? I forgot what this is.
But I do sense that you're playing a bit of a character.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, skip past it a little bit.
He basically tells Steiny that he thinks he's playing a bit of a character and that he's not being genuine with, like, everyone around him. And, like, Schultz was genuinely asking him, like, yo, what's good? And Steiny's like, nothing. And he's like, I know something's up with you, bro. Like, what's up with you? Just be honest.
Much of a tolerance for characters as I do for authenticity.
You don't think I'm being authentic?
I think in certain moments you were, and that kind of, like, irritates me.
In what? Can you give us an
Especially
example?
if it's antagonistic. If you're playing a character because you're insecure and you're just trying to do your best to, like, exist in this moment, which is a high-stakes moment, that's okay.
But can you give me an example of when you felt that I was playing a character?
I think you need attention. I think you're doing anything you can to get attention. And right now you're making this podcast about you, which is the most boring part.
I find that interesting.
What?
That he yells at Steiny for making the podcast about him when Schultz made the whole podcast about him, in my opinion, like about himself. I find it funny when people.
But you're a guest.
But I find
why
it
else
funny
is
when
he
people are
like
you're doing this for attention?
Like realistically, why would Schultz take time out of his day to go and do this podcast?
We have much more interesting
and
people to discuss whose lives are more fascinating.
And not even the on paper least popular one, least skilled one, is leading conversation, but is nothing in terms of material content.
Steiny has done this in so many podcasts, though, where he makes it about himself.
This is, but this is where
it's so
play the rest of this because he ends up going into like how bad of a podcast.
Even that doesn't sound real.
You might have just retired him. No, straight up. Why the fuck would I ever do this shit again?
No, you'd never walk away from this.
I honestly can't tell if you're playing a character or not, and I think that that's a real problem. I think it's a real
How
like
do I know that you're not playing a character
problem.
right now?
You don't. You just have to decide if you do. The fact that you're upset makes me feel like you don't think I am. But I do.
That part, I'm like, Schultz, you're dragging it, bro.
But yeah, there was a point where Steiny's asking him questions like, "Have you ever heckled somebody in the crowd?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Have they ever been as offensive as me?" And then Schultz is like, "I don't think you're offensive. I think you're offended." And then he was like, "Have they ever been as offended?" He goes, "Yeah." You know, like the podcast wasn't like that great. And if you know any inkling of Schultz, that's a question that you don't have to ask. You know, so it's kind of just like that bare minimum just rubbed him the wrong way. You know, but, you know, I also had a theory that they sure could have thought that podcast was bad, but then just waited to put it out now when they started realizing what we're going to get into later, what Adam 22 ends up doing, which was putting out a narrative saying that it's so bad and putting out something that makes it enticing to watch and then releasing it.
Yeah, it's like the extent of clout. What will people do to get clout?
Yeah.
And to like get
who's doing more for clicks?
So talking about clicks,
we got our next what's it called? The next topic, beefing.
We got Logan Paul beefing with Bradley Martin, two big ass dudes. Okay. This is a clip from Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast where he calls out Bradley Martin for wanting to fuck up Jake Paul.
No, he doesn't say that he wants to fuck up Jake Paul. He basically saying that he wants to see him lose. Like, he can't help but want to see him lose. Like, sure, he's like cool with him and everything, but she's cool with seeing him lose.
I find grown men beefing on the internet joke. Complete.
I gotta say something about Bradley. I think you're getting lame. I think you're getting lame as a person or a person who's either searching for... I gotta say something about Bradley. I think you're getting lame. I think you're getting lame as a person or a person who's either searching for clicks.
I feel like Andrew. That's big facts. Why'd you pause it?
Because it froze.
He and Nate Diaz, who my brother's on August 5th on his podcast.
Yeah.
And like in the same sentence, he's like, yeah, I'm cool with Jake. I like Jake. I just hope you beat his ass. I just want to see him get his ass beat. I want to see him get turned into a meme. Why, Bradley? You're cool with us. He's in the family. You even said yourself you like him. Why say that? Are you searching for clicks? Even the way you're talking about street fighting Nate, like, bro, you're not gonna beat Nate Diaz in a street fight. You just searching for clicks?
Well, what if he...
And if he is...
Yeah, what if he is?
I think he's lame. Bradley, you gotta be humbled. That's what you need. It doesn't sound like you've had it yet. And I will invite you to Puerto Rico to spar with me to be humbled. You're invited.
He'll do it. Bradley's a Bradley.
So basically, he wants to spar him. And he's saying that he's doing shit for clicks, talking about his brother. And for him saying that he could beat up other people in street fights like professional boxers, now he's just coming after Brad. When I realized that this is probably a little bit more serious than we think was when I saw Brad's tweet, and I was like, oof, this is going to get interesting. It's crazy to hear Logan say that he's searching for clicks.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So, the irony of
what
Logan
Brad
Paul.
ends up saying is Logan Paul talking about clicks and views, and I'm lame. This is coming from the guy who filmed a dead body for views, and all of a sudden I'm reaching for views. The same reason you even call me out is the same purpose, for views, in your own words, to promote my fight coming up. But when I did it in my content, I'm lame. Also, to defend your brother, you're the guy who every turn with KSI don't have his back, and your own brother feels as though you don't, and that's from his own words. Me wanted to see someone get memed, and liking someone can both coexist. And speaking about clicks and views, fuck all that. Come to my gym, no cameras, no content. We can just fight in front of zoo culture. Oof.
So, two internet
go to his page real quick.
horror vultures arguing with each other about views and content.
Scroll down.
Real question about the aliens. Who wins in a street fight, me or the alien?
I'm fucking crying. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. And then shortly after it, he tweets, "Sorry, I hadn't eaten. I feel better now."
That's funny.
You know what I mean? So I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something that's why. You see how many tabs you have open still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do something about that. You go to the first one or just X.
This is very hard.
Maybe go to the first. Go to the left.
Hold on.
Instead of you trying to get that one, all you have to do is go to the first one, and then it pops up every single time. Diablo. Give me. I'm gonna show you something like crazy right now, dude. Give me.
I think I can do it. Got it.
Oh my. You were for real gonna aim.
Yes.
Shorty tried to mouse and keyboard that. That's crazy.
But I really found Logan Paul calling out Bradley Martin really crazy because Logan Paul is the king of doing things for clicks. Like, he just proposed to his girl and made her click the button to take the picture for her own proposal. So it's like, who does things? Yeah, he made her click the fucking button. He was like, "Can you click this button?" She goes, "For what? Put your phone down." He's like, "I'm filming something."
Wasn't it.
She literally said, "Put your phone down." There's a whole clip. Everybody go watch Logan Paul's engagement.
He literally made a video talking about how he had to make this automated shit. Yo, y'all see how aggy? Go back to Discord. What are you doing? Yeah, there we go. So scroll. Yeah, that was that. So I don't know what's gonna come of that.
All right.
My money's on Brad if they just full on street fight.
Moving on along.
But I don't think
have
Logan
my
would ever do
money
that.
on Bradley Martin in a street fight because I think he could just.
Shout out to another person doing shit for views.
Next people, we got Mr. Adam 22
versus the world.
versus the universe. And
That's
the
the
question
world, not the
here
universe.
is, how far are people willing to go to, one, get clout on the internet, and two, make money off the clout on the internet? I believe they're willing to go very far, to the point where they sell their wives.
Whoa, take it easy.
That's just my
Yo,
opinion.
easy with the exaggerations, because this is not how you talk about it off the podcast. Okay?
What?
If this is not how you talk. You never said anything about Adam 22 selling Lena on the internet. You never
Well,
want to view it like that.
It was a joint decision. But it kind of
It was literally
is like
okay.
that.
So he ends up explaining. For those of you who don't know, these are a corn star couple. One, the male, Adam 22, did not start as a corn star, but got into it with his significant other. At whatever point in time, you know, the discussion comes about, and this is after marriage, after a kid, where he allows her to go and shoot with another man. Now they kind of gassed it up for a long while. Adam 22 playing the character that he does, saying that he makes too much money to let that happen, but then ends up letting it happen and going to the fullest extreme, you know? So like it was a grab. And then on top of it, they ended up going back and forth, and he like makes memes of this dude, but you know, there ends up being some real stuff that affects the relationship there. Like when this dude ends up going on another podcast and shit talking his dick game about his literal wife, you know, which is something allegedly you're not supposed to do. It's kind of like guy code in the porn world, you know?
And he went on the Bradley Martin podcast, and he talked about how it did like bother him for a couple days. Like,
yeah, you got
obviously,
that stomach feeling.
The guy has emotions, and they did this for like, you know, money, for a money grab. Like he said that it was like a business
money grab.
play. It was a business move for them.
Ended up doing like 30 times what they thought, which was, you know, good for them, great for them, amazing.
I just think it hurts when there's evidence online of you saying that you'd never have her do that, and that you're with her because she'd never do that again.
However,
so
now he comes out with these new stories talking about how he might be more sexually fluid than he's even let his own audience be onto, even though he stepped into this porn world at a late time. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I think he's literally just trying to dodge the memes and lead into it by making his own.
I think he is the meme.
It's just so much overspilling here that it's like,
I guess we're
whatever money
doing this today.
amount
Hey,
that was,
Jason
that made him
Love,
happy.
I trusted you.
He must be sad.
Support.
Because he's chilling, allegedly, and what it seems like, you know.
And this is the even crazier part. He said on the Bradley Martin podcast that he was willing to do like another video with him and this guy and his wife.
But
because this guy went online and kind of like went off script as to what they all agreed to by like shitting on Adam 22. Now that's all scrapped. So they were even gonna go even bigger with this, okay? But now Adam 22 feels like he genuinely said that he does not like this guy anymore, and that any future business dealings are off.
Yeah,
but
he alleges that he's got some dirt on him too, which is interesting. But I don't want to hear any dirt that corn star's got going on. That's too dirty.
You let us know who you think won that battle
at the doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? But
all right. Next, internet beef.
No, there ain't no more beefs. We're not gonna get into no beef.
Okay.
Who's beefing? I mean, like, I guess relationship shit is beef, no?
More relationship problems.
You know what's ironic? Last week we ended up talking about Ariana and how she split up with her mans, and this week she's there, and the amount of overlays that I made and the way that I downloaded it,
you body.
When Ariana came up, I have to rename all these little files every time I put a new picture so that I know what they are.
Yeah.
Ariana had to keep the same. It ended up lining up at the same spot as last week.
So just keep that picture up because we don't have anything for her.
Oh, yeah.
But unpopular
Yeah, we do.
opinion:
The fuck?
Ariana is a home wrecker.
What the hell?
That's
Baby,
him.
you have to have something on that. You can't go out here just making accusations like that. Pull up, she's in there. She's in the scroll down.
She's right here. She's right here.
Diabo, we don't
She's
have
right
nothing for her.
So Ethan Slater's estranged wife, the baby mother of his newborn baby. He's not a newborn. He's a couple months. His wife, ex-wife, breaks her silence in new statement to Page 6, blasting Ariana Grande. Ariana's the story really, not a girl's girl. My family is just collateral damage.
It's fucked up.
So apparently she was calling all the news agencies trying to get the story out, and Ariana's publicists were like, no, stop that, because she got mad power. But evidence online shows that Ariana has had multiple overlaps with...
Did I drip on the mic?
Are you dying? There's
No,
a
I
napkin
just
right
got
there.
So.
That she's been in multiple overlaps, okay? Overlaps with other guys and their girlfriends, and she's out here stealing men from women. And Ariana does have a song named Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board. So she warned us.
Her left eye looking wonky in that pic. Yo, I felt like that too.
Yeah, her face looked a little wonky.
And her eyes, are they crossing a little bit, or is one getting lazy?
And now she's dating this guy who was just married as of like 30 days ago. And apparently, when you and your wife have an argument, you're not together for 2 months, and you go and have intimate intercourse with another person who's also married.
What?
That's what happened.
That's what happened, not what happens.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is the new guy. That is his ex-wife.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
And she
This
is
shit
a homewrecker.
fake. This shit fake.
Could this possibly be a
This shit
publicity
fake.
stunt for Wicked? The
This
movie
shit
Wicked.
fake. This guy dressed up as SpongeBob on Broadway.
She dated Pete Davidson. She doesn't have that much of a standard.
First off,
What?
you're gonna say that Pete Davidson is not a standard?
Pete Davidson is like
Pete
the
Davidson
bare
dated
minimum.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, exactly, and she
That
regrets
automatically moves you up.
it. She literally said that
Why
she
did
regrets it, and he's
but
a rebound.
why did she date him?
Because he was a rebound. She said it.
But why did she pick him for the rebound?
Because she kissed him on SNL.
No. Before she kissed him.
No.
Why was she interested in
I
him?
don't know. What are you saying?
What do you mean you don't know? Who are we talking about now? Who said a little rumor about little Big Pete? About little Pete's Pete, you know?
Ew.
That's why.
That's gross.
That's why.
That guy got issues, man.
He had a good reputation.
It's okay
then.
to have issues.
What
by the way. We
reputation
all
this
have
dude got?
issues. We all have issues.
Other than having a wife and a kid.
He looked like SpongeBob, and he needed to stop.
Well, that's why he played the role.
So he officially filed for divorce from the mother of his child as of how many days ago? Let's see how many days. Guys, how many days is it valid for you to start dating somebody after you were married to them?
What the fuck is this picture? Hold on. Is that Ariana in between them?
Yeah.
They put Ariana like sitting in between them. What the hell?
This is Perez Hilton.
That's Paris Hilton?
Perez Hilton, the journalist, allegedly. Ariana Grande's new boo, Ethan Slater, officially files for divorce from the mother of his infant child. This was July 26th. So as of 2 days ago, he filed for divorce.
Nah, she's not doing this for thank you next. She's doing it for what's that shit?
She's filming Wicked right
Wicked,
now.
Wicked, like Teddy's name.
Wicked, the
Wicked
movie
Sticks?
with the witch and
Listen,
stuff.
Ariana, in my opinion, can go. She's kind of teetering on like Santeria vibes.
I used to really like Ariana, and now it's just like, girl, I don't feel like I can defend you. Like, how can I defend you after that?
Didn't we talk about
what's going on? Like, since when is it okay to take somebody's man because you're bored?
I mean,
Like,
let's talk about
let's
Tom
get it
Brady
together.
then. Because Tom Brady and his wife split up, and then this man has had a new girl allegedly with him each week.
Yeah.
And anytime anybody sees him with a female, they're kind of just like, oh my god, Tom Brady is full. Who's the bitch that he's talking to now?
Tom Brady has been seen in the outside, in the outdoors, with Arena Shaikh. And Arena Shaikh was one of the Victoria's Secret models, and sports swimsuit illustrated, whatever those are called.
I don't think we have anything on them.
Yeah, we do. They're right here.
Shit.
And his ex-wife is apparently not happy at all. Even though I saw other articles that said that she doesn't care, but who knows. And what's interesting about this is that everybody thought that he was dating Kim Kardashian, but I was like, Kim Kardashian is not his type at all. He likes tall women. He likes brunette women.
Dave Portnoy gave him the A not okay.
The thumbs up. There's a picture.
He gave him the thumbs down for Kim. He said not Kim.
Oh yeah, thumbs up for Arena though. She a baddie. But here's the tea. She has a baby with Bradley Cooper, and they are on and off, on and off, on and off. So it's like, Tommy, do you wanna deal with that fresh out of a divorce?
How many kids Tommy got?
He got 2 kids with Giselle. No, he got 2 kids with Giselle and 1 kid with Bridget Moynihan. So shout out Tom. I give this a W. I support. As of now, I support. Shorty was out here. Shorty spent the whole night at his crib. He picked her up at her LA hotel. They went back to his house and they didn't emerge until 9:30 a.m. according to the Daily Mail.
They fucked.
And she came out the next day with the same clothes from the night before. Arena, baby girl.
Dave.
What you doing, baby girl? Okay. Next. This is breaking the internet.
How is this breaking the internet?
This is breaking the internet.
First off, can they say
Because they were engaged.
not the best looking couple?
No, nobody said they were.
Okay.
I don't think she's like super gorgeous, and I don't think he's anything
the
to
video
look
of
twice
her.
at. Oh, stop. So, Rosalia and Raúl Alejandro have broken up after more than 3 years together. This is a Latin couple from the Latin Hollywood or whatever. And the drama is that he cheated on her with some Colombian girl. And there's so much drama on Twitter about this. There's evidence that he cheated on her with this girl.
Wait, so he cheated on Rosalia
with some Colombian girls. And there's evidence that she went to their concert and that his manager follows these girls. And listen, if you're gonna tell me the manager was making out with her, sure. But these celebrities have their managers hit up other people so that it doesn't track back to them. Like, they're extremely smart, guys. Because I saw that there was an idea that it was like his manager was messing with her. No, she's messing with Raúl Alejandro. They were engaged. So it's really sad. And the whole thing is that he put up this post basically denying the allegations that he did not cheat. However, in this post, he writes that they broke up months ago. Then again, they just released an album together and they were just promoting it and kissing on stage. We just watched her Hot Ones interview where she talked good about him. Remember? She was on Love and stuff.
She brought him in.
She goes, that's the love of my life. And then he came with her because he was always on her ass. And now look, they're over. What do you think? Did he cheat?
It's giving he's a little rat. Like a little La Rata, little liar.
La Rata.
Because if he's confirmed cheating out here
Change your
saying
name to
that
La
he's
Rata.
not cheating, and then he's just like, he's just giving me like, you gotta grow up and get a grip. Because ain't no way. I'm not a fan.
Kat wrote in the Discord. TikTok is dragging him. Go ahead.
About how was it months ago, but she was seen on a talk show talking about her dress and the wedding.
This is what I'm saying.
Chilly.
The way that they be twisting the story and then putting it out there so people can just like, you was cheating on Shorty and you thought you was single when y'all was together, and I just don't think that's
they
right.
were single, or did they decide to act?
Ooh, tea is hot.
The
Love does not exist in Hollywood. And then we have Cardi B and Offset, and this is hilarious to me. So they are releasing a single named Jealousy in like a week, right? Do you remember?
Ichiro.
No, TBT.
And he accused her of cheating on him.
Remember that? And then Cardi went on Twitter and released the whole Twitter live like, don't believe that country man. Don't believe him. So people are dragging Cardi B on Twitter. Like yesterday, Cardi B was cursing out fans all day. Because they're saying that everything that they posted was a publicity stunt for their song. And Cardi B's argument is like, yo, we were inspired by our real lives and by the drama that was caused by some journalist, apparently. Some radio host like was releasing that Cardi B had cheated on him and that's how he heard the information or whatever. So basically people are saying that everything is publicity and that they don't believe their story. And the fans were dragging Cardi for the fact that she doesn't have an album out yet. And Cardi was like, yeah, never getting an album. What do we think, y'all? The drama.
Again.
Cardi, don't drag me. Cardi, don't drag me, but...
Why y'all lying on each other's names? All to get more attention. Like, at what point is negative attention not accepted to them? You know what I mean? Like,
not all attention is good attention, man.
No, I know that. But if their goal at the end just to get any type of attention is their goal at the end of the day, how much of it just being negative can they actually take? You know what I mean? And that's what I guess we end up seeing with like, I guess like Aiden Ross or like Andrew Tate. It's like, how much negativity are you going to take before you just like go away for a little bit? And we see that people just disappear for bits and times, especially when they become like the enemy of society for that time being.
I also feel like...
Or they die.
Why does everything have to be so performative? Like, if you did hear something about your girl, you wouldn't think to call her first before you embarrass her in front of millions of people? And then we're gonna
just
come
like the Jonah Hill situation, there's an apparent...
I just don't have any respect
there's an apparent type of people who feel the need, for whatever reason, to air out their personal business on social media when they feel like they have not gotten justification behind closed doors. So they just go and do it elsewise. The lack of like consciousness for somebody else's well-being in that manner, depending on like what you're talking about, is so irresponsible and fucked up to me, in my opinion, that it's just like, again, people who go airing out your personal information, your personal conversations online just to be like, guys, see, can you guys side with me? I'm not crazy, right? Like, it's almost like they want fuel to go and gaslight somebody.
I also think
like, yo, just bed your situations. Leave it off the internet.
If you're putting, like, the nitty-gritty of your relationship online, you cannot expect people to not have an opinion. Like, you're putting everything out there, people are gonna have an opinion. When you keep shit in your household and people don't know what's going on, no one has an opinion because you know what's going on. People can only assume. So it's like they put everything online, and then, like, as celebrities, they want to come back and attack people for having an opinion. Like, if my opinion is wrong, is wrong. My opinion isn't law. But it's like, people are so sensitive nowadays, like, even an opinion hurts them.
Yeah.
And I know some fans be wildin', because some people were wildin'. But some other people were just asking her a question like, yo, you've been on all these features.
Oh, that reminds
This is
me.
a publicity stunt. What the hell is going on?
Go to Doja Cat. Doja Cat been hating on her fucking fans.
That's the next. Do you have a picture of her?
No, we didn't have a segment.
Oh, because
yeah, it's just smoothing the conversation. Fuck it.
So Doja Cat goes off on her fans, and this brings up a good question. This one right here is the one I want to talk about. So Doja Cat went crazy on her fans as well. So by the way, Cardi B was inspired by Doja Cat. She put out a tweet and she goes, I know why that cat lady be saying the shit she's saying. And then she went on her rant. So this is the one I want to chat about. Doja Cat goes, my life, my rules, my style, my attitude. Someone replied, I want to hear you say, I do love you guys, as usual you say to your fans. Doja Cat replies, I don't though, because I don't even know y'all. And the fan replies, we don't know you, but we have supported you through thick and thin. Mind you, you'd be nothing without us. You'd be working at a grocery store making songs on fucking GarageBand, Miss High School Dropout. First of all, Miss Daily Taylor T the 13, chill the fuck out. Like, this is what I'm saying when people be bugging. Anyways, Doja Cat replies, nobody forced you. I don't know why you're talking to me like you're my mother. B-I-T-C-H. You sound like a crazy person.
Why wouldn't you say bitch?
This is interesting to me because, like, should celebrities say that they love people back and they don't actually feel that? Like, that's a genuine question. And two, this fan was kind of bugging out. Like right here, they're bugging out.
No, I don't think so.
No? What do you think?
I think, A, if you're going to be a fan of somebody, know who you're a fan of to the fullest extent. That way, if you receive any sort of backlash from anyone, including them, you have something to justify it with. You know what I mean? This could just be a random fan that's proven to have never been an actual fan like that and is trying to use Doja for clicks, right?
My thing, yeah.
So Doja is kind of like, oh, I could be rude to anyone, and that's kind of like her energy, right? She's a little bit of a dickhead in a lot of case scenarios. For someone to be a fan of her, you have to have the understanding that she's gonna say and tweet shit like this.
Yeah.
All the time. If one day she wakes up and wants to direct shit aggressively towards her fans, she's probably gonna do that. If she wants to go and make a song that she finds a joke that ends up being #1 and she's like, haha, I got you guys, but thank you for the money, like, she's gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, at what point are we gonna sit here and think like, nah, she loves her fans. She loves them through and throughout. And I think that way about a lot of people. But again, it depends on like the content in which they put out. If you have somebody who does shit a lot based on their fans, let's take Travis Scott, right? Is Travis Scott gonna go out here and be like,
that's another one.
When the person died, he gonna be like, I didn't fucking know them. I didn't tell y'all to jump on them. I didn't tell, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be a different level of shit. If Doja Cat's out here saying like, yeah, I don't do shit to be taken seriously all the time.
Yeah.
Why are they taking her serious?
My issue with fans on Twitter too is like, you don't know when someone's being like dead ass or when someone actually supports you or if someone's being a troll. Right here, I just feel like this, like, you don't do something nice for somebody and then 10 years later be like, hey, remember when I did that nice thing for you? Like, if you genuinely support somebody as a supporter, you don't throw that shit back in their face. But all she's saying is, I'm not going to say I love you because I don't even know y'all. She's not wrong there. I think she's wrong right here, like your mother, bitch.
I'm gonna pause you there with the response. Because this person isn't saying that they did a specific thing. Okay?
Sorry, I'm trying to...
Just because, just because they say that they've supported them through thick and thin, it's not like they're saying like, oh, I subscribed to your Spotify page like 3 years ago. They're not doing that. They're saying like, remember, humble yourself. The reason why you're at any stardom, especially being a musician, is because you have us as your fans. If you're gonna come and explicitly say like, yo, my fans are fucking stupid, if you call yourself a kitty, like you're not my fan, go help your mom at the house, then yeah, you gotta expect to have some fans that are gonna be upset, and fans that want to humble you and remind you like, why are you saying that to me? I was making a joke, you know. For the one person who went online and was like, oh, I'm a Doja kitty, you know what I mean? Yeah. And Doja Cat was just like, go get a fucking job. Like, how is Doja expecting not to get a negative reaction from her fans? Like, that's just like, oh, I have fans, I can treat them how I want. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I definitely think it's messed up the way she's talking to her fans.
Hope you've been good.
But it's also like not every fan is innocent. You know what I mean? Whitehawk said Doja's right only in the sense that she doesn't know them. However, it comes off as rude from a fan's perspective. There's no need for the fan to act like they single-handedly made her, though.
Well, that fan didn't say, again, that they single-handedly made her. It's just like fans like us, the ones that are engaging in your psychotic tweets, are the ones that make you who you are.
Yeah, it's
like in reality, like, you have to have those crazy fans that love you through and throughout for anybody to do this. Like,
Yeah. Online, they're also talking about how she was going on these Twitter rants to like deflect from the fact that she's dating an alleged racist man. That there are viral tweets and stuff about him like being racist towards other people. So people online are saying that like she was doing all this to kind of deflect away from this situation where she also cursed out her fans.
But again, you guys are dodging that she might be a racist herself. There's videos of her just like doing racist shit online on like those little Omegle chats or whatever the fuck she was doing. Like, again, she's kind of been like beat to me for a long time.
I've never really supported her or listened to her music or anything. Maybe if it's on the radio or if it's popping, but I've never put it on myself, to be honest. I only like that one song from her, which is Woman. And I was listening to that for a while, but that's it.
What are we scrolling here for? What are we doing?
Oh, seeing all her crazy stuff.
You're making me dizzy.
But yeah, that's the news on Doja Cat.
What did Kat say? She is wrong for not saying she don't know them. However, it wasn't for her fans. She would not be where she is. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not necessarily right for Doja to go ahead and say that. But again, knowing Doja, are you gonna put that under the blanket? I mean, are you gonna put that behind her? That she would say some dumb shit like that? I don't think that we should.
No.
If your source and vent only on Twitter, you just asking for it. That's fact. People were giving her a look when she appeared on Elvis Bonaparte soundtrack. I never seeked it out either. Find that best.
Yeah, sometimes some artists just give me like bad juju and bad energy, and I'm just like, I don't want to go over there. I'm good. Ever since she popped off, she was mad problematic. So I'm just like, I'm good over here.
My phone. Yeah, because you text something.
All right. What's everyone drinking tonight?
Oh, we did not get that Prosecco.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah,
Truly.
Truly's.
It's like ass. I hate Truly's.
Oh!
Next topic.
F-bomb, I don't have it. Oh, but I can do it, I can do it. I can do it. Watch this thing. If I downloaded it. I don't think I downloaded it. F-bomb.
What?
The next topic that we were supposed to do. I got it. 1 second.
All right.
Let's give them time to, think of it. Aha! Do MFer.
All right, this next topic.
It's not downloaded
I know.
yet.
I want to get a different beverage because this Truly ain't it.
We got Twisties, right?
I don't want that.
I want a Twisty, though.
Okay.
Out here just doing things for herself. Yeah, y'all see that? Aha! Aha! Speaking of fucking narratives and stuff. You know what I've been hearing Secret Invasion began a bad narrative. And I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You had some lemonade earlier. The mustard Skittles. Hey. First off, did you finish it? Yes, we finished it. We finished Secret Invasion. That's one of the shows that we ended up binging. I'm not liking how people are talking shit here.
I agree.
I'm not liking how people are talking shit here. They don't realize how insane this could be for the future. You know what I'm saying? Patty?
We're not going to spoil anything.
We're not going to spoil nothing. However, Teddy and I have discussed some theories behind Secret Invasion that lead to be true or not true. I think that this is going to be massive.
I think that the storyline was great. Some people are complaining that it was slow in some ways, but if you really pay attention to the different things that are going on, like I like to ask Dylan questions, and Dylan knows things that like maybe I don't know off rip. And when you answer those questions, a lot of what's going on makes a lot of sense. And I feel like hopefully in future movies that come out, they'll take like a spin from this and give us like an expansion. Like I'm thinking about like WandaVision, right? And how I watched WandaVision and how I really liked how that was incorporated in the other films, right? I'm hoping that something similar can happen with this show. And I don't understand the low rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, why don't people like Nick Fury anymore?
I think that...
What the hell?
All right, so this is my theory when it comes to shows or those websites that be rating TV shows or anything like that. My theory is that it's a bunch of blank canvas dumbasses who don't give a flying Fuji about Marvel. And they just watch it for what it is, expecting cinematography masterpieces, and not giving a flying F-bomb, dude. Like, I extremely despise when people don't go see movies because it got bad ratings. Or exclusively go see a movie because it got good ratings, but could have done a better guess by, like, watching the trailer and understanding that they probably didn't end up liking the movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying to listen to other people's opinions and take that as that much of an influence, in my opinion.
Yeah. Whitehawk said he thought that it was a little bit shallow. I kind of agree in terms of, like, I had a lot of questions that I feel like weren't answered, but hopefully they get answered in, like, the bigger movies. I think that this is just like a chapter.
I think it's a pussy
next phase
arc that they've done with the villain.
Yeah.
Right? That's not spoiling nothing. I think it's a pussy arc. However, you got to pay attention to the sciences and the conversations that go on there. That's what's most important in these sideshows with Marvel. These sideshows aren't supposed to be the next Endgame in terms of graphics. It's not supposed to be the next, you know, in Solo, Guardians of the Galaxy, or Iron Man movie that's going to blow you away. No, they're supposed to fill in the holes for the next big movie, for when that actually does happen. And it just makes it so that, you know, if anybody does have questions, yeah, you can go back and watch and get those answered. We took care of it. But if you want to go ahead and listen to the fucking bad ratings, yeah, you're going to show up to Endgame and be like, Endgame didn't make sense. How are they going to get, you know, this person from there, that person from there, that person from there? And I explained jack shit. But if you watch the side shows and everything, the little characters become a possibility to pop out. So that way when they do, you could be excited for it. You could be open to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird for me whenever I hear that a show like Secret Invasion is going to get that bad of a review, considering all their other shows that I'm pretty sure have gotten better reviews too. It's like, come on. Like, who's doing these at the end of the day and basing it off of what? Because in my opinion, out of all the Marvel shows, this one was very movie-like. This one, like Loki, was better produced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what also tells me it's going to play more of an important role than, for example, like a She-Hulk.
I think that maybe if the season was like, you know, 10 episodes or 11 or 12, like we could have had more time to really like expand on some of the characters and like their storylines. I feel like that was rushed with a couple people. I felt like that was rushed. Like I wanted to know more about specific people in the show.
Some of the Skrulls?
Yeah.
But they've introduced them. You just got to go back and watch the... No, but like in other movies, the Skrulls have been around for a while.
Yeah.
Like Secret Invasion, that's the other thing too. People, I feel like, are not realizing how long the Skrulls have actually been introduced into Marvel. Skrulls have been here since Captain Marvel, correct? If not earlier than that? Yeah, somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, for a long time they've been introduced, and we've only been seeing inklings of how they're going to be playing a crazy role. And this show really got to show us, like, oh, they're going to play a much crazier role than we ever expected if they haven't already been. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you understand the idea of a scroll and understand what they're dealing with in the show, you're going to be like, oh shit, like this is a little bit more than what we expected. You know what I mean? You said I'm still waiting for my Marvel vs. Capcom live action movie / I hear you, Super. Loki opens the door for to the new era of Marvel 2, and it's too hype. Yeah, I mean, like, Loki opened us up to Kang. You know what I mean? I love Owen Wilson in the in the sidekick. It's great, buddy. Cop style thing. You said in Captain Marvel only. Really? Wait, only in Captain Marvel? I might be confusing them with the Frost Giants that Loki was from originally. I thought they were introduced like much longer. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were introduced in Captain Marvel. How long ago was Captain Marvel though? Like, again, other movies came out after Captain Marvel. They've been introduced for a while. Now they kind of just gave them a bigger role here. And what they end up doing and the technology and stuff that they talk about, they can do a lot. You personally love the show completely. 2019. Oh shit.
I think there's a lot of ways that Marvel can take it. And I think regardless of what storyline they pick and choose to go with their next big movie, like, I think it's going to be good. And I think we've had a big build-up in the past, like, couple years with a lot of these shows that have come out. And I think it's just going to be cool to go into the movie theater maybe expecting one thing and getting something completely different. Like, oh shit, they decided to do X, Y, and D. You know, I think that's going to be cool because now we all have ideas of what can happen or what's going to happen, you know?
Right.
I thought it was great. I didn't think it needed to be big bang, you know, like most Marvel things are. I thought it was a good storyline. Could they have fleshed stuff out a little bit more? Yeah, to answer a couple more questions. And I do agree that Nick Fury is a little bit slow paced, but it's Nick fucking Fury. What do you expect?
He's getting old, guys.
He's getting old.
We should have known that it's gonna be a slower paced movie too, or not movie, show. Considering it's his storyline, and
he don't move like he used to, man.
Exactly. He's getting there. It's that time in the series. You know. I also wonder what's gonna happen when he does, you know, stop making the movies, and yeah, it's interesting. Oh, but I guess on the topic of aliens, yesterday was the UFO hearing, y'all. Ooh. UFO hearing with CNN or one of those newscasters or a bunch of them.
It was all online, and guys,
I watched it. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I watched it.
Dylan watched the whole thing from start to finish.
Very interesting to me because it's not new information. They're just retouching on a few points.
Hello, talking about scrolls.
Right. The old information that they've been putting out is, okay, we saw that video where the UFO flies pretty closely to the plane. They got that. They got, you know, other people becoming whistleblowers and saying that, you know, they recover spacecraft. Sometimes they recover pilots too. You know what I mean? And then they also got other people that read stuff on radar, and then they want to come out and become whistleblowers. Not necessarily want to, but they end up finding that it's their duty to go out and talk about these things. So that's just the background, and now they're in front of Congress, and the Congress is just pressing them like, what's your point on coming up with this or coming forward with this information? What should we do with this information? And what I found interesting was something that they touched upon was that they need a centralized area for people to go and make reports through a verification and make it so that it's not a release thing. It's current documentation. We're going to learn as we get reports and so on and so forth. And it is what it is. Like that's how they're treating it in terms of the information that they do release. So they're just being hesitant in terms of what they put out so that you don't rush information that we fully don't understand. Yeah. Right. So that was an interesting point that they brought into it. what ends up going viral are these clips that I ended up posting here, which is basically a tiny ass segment of the hearing. Volume up on this? Did you play it? Oh, I guess it's not being picked up. That's weird. Oh, you know why?
One of the things that I found fascinating in our discussion, Mr. Graves, last night as well, is that you both described UAPs and formations and the way they are observed in space or in our air, and the way that they move is essentially ways in which current technology or aircraft that we know of are unable to actually function or move. And so will you just, for the public record, just
saying any words?
Baby, you gotta leave it. They could hear it.
Are essentially outside the
go back, play it again.
And the technology we have today.
You probably skip past everything.
One of the things that I found fascinating in our discussion, Mr. Graves, last night as well, is that you both described UAPs and formations and the way they
We gotta love the internet today.
They are observed in space or in our air, and the way that they move is essentially ways in which current technology or aircraft that we know of are unable to actually function or move. And so will you just, for the public record, again, once again, just briefly just either describe or note that aircraft that are being witnessed, particularly by the 30 folks that you're working with, are essentially outside the scope of anything that we know of today and the technology we have today. Mr. Graves, Mr. Fravor?
Yes, the objects that are being seen by commercial pilots are performing maneuvers that are unexplainable due to our current understanding of our technology and our capabilities as a country, and that applies for the military as well.
Mr. Fravor?
Yeah, I concur with that. We have nothing that can stop in midair and go the other direction, nor do we have anything that can, like in our situation, come down from space.
We have nothing that can stop in midair and then go the other direction. That's what he just said.
Well, I mean, what's more important was what he just said right after that.
Hours and go back up.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's crazy.
Space, hang out for 3 hours and go back up.
Thank you,
ma'am. Go back a little bit more. There.
And stop in midair and go the other direction, nor do we have anything that can, like in our situation, come down from space, hang out for 3 hours and go back up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Come down from space, hang out for 3 hours, and then go back up. That's insane.
And it does the same thing in terms of water. They ended up talking about how the ones that would be hovering over the water be creating ripples in the water, and then in a splash second, they could just, oh, no pun intended, they can make it stop. Now go to the next one. The next one, I think, is where they start talking about the bodies. That's where, wait, go up, go up, go up, go up. No, this is, oh, this is the thing I was just talking about, the ping pong ball. All right. So it's not the body one.
There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clocking, all four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back
This is
seat,
insane.
looked down a saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings.
Yes, Teddy.
As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees, nose low, where the tic-tac, we considered 270 degrees to where, and we went nose low to where the tic-tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the white water was at, and it was gone also.
Bingo.
So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller
So in a split second, they were able to disappear, lose everything, and then even where we had, you know, like a physical disruption with our material that we understand, it was gone. It was like, what the F?
And White Hawk, you said, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, let me tell you, White Hawk. A couple weeks ago, I saw some shit.
Like, oh yeah, we should have put that in the Discord. We should have put that picture in there.
Like, you guys wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I woke up at like 3 a.m.
Well, first off, before that picture,
we saw something
so
else, yeah.
4th of July, actually. 4th of July, it's like 1 a.m. And fireworks are like dying down and everything like that, right? At this point, maybe it was like a quiet streak, but we see a light go up and then move a funny direction and then light just disappear, right? 4th of July though, so we let it be. But we did both look at each other and we're like, that was weird.
And we live in a spot where we have like a really good view. Like it's like clean airspace, like for living in New York.
Perfectly.
But the other night, I woke up, it was like 3 a.m. or sometime at night.
She didn't wake me up for this, I got me tight.
And I wake up a lot during the night, and then like, I usually go and get chocolate, and then I go to the living room.
Pull up the picture. I'll see if I can show them.
I have to scroll mad for it, and then I don't want to be on my phone right now.
Did you send it to me?
We can post it next time.
True.
And basically, there was something below the moon. Like, in my picture, you have the moon, and then there is something glowing.
Yeah, she caught it in a bunch of pictures
like,
too. Which
it is not a star. It was in a triangle shape, and I clearly saw it. The motherfucker saw me, maybe. I don't know. That's a reach. But I saw it, and then, like, I kept looking at it, and I was like, oh my God, I need to go get my phone. Like, Dylan's not gonna believe me. I didn't want to wake him up because he sleeps like a rock. So I went and I got my phone. I came back and I took a picture of it, and then it like disappeared. Like, just like they said, you see it and then it disappears. And like, I'm not crazy. I'm not making it up. Like, I took a picture of it. I know what I saw. One is the moon, and the other one, I don't know what the fuck it was.
It was interesting,
but it was a triangle
because she has
shape.
like 3 pictures and you could see it, and like it's a very
It
cool
gives me
picture.
chills just talking about it. Like, it's kind of scary.
But yeah, no. Also in the hearing, scroll down. I think there's another one.
So I don't know, guys.
No, that's it.
All 4 of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw white.
Give me. Because you have no patience. Yeah, I want those. Put it on the counter, please. We're going to this video. We're skipping through a little bit.
Backseat. Look down a small subject that cannot be closed. It has led to an interest from our elected. Relative to government programs, even unacknowledged WAVE programs have some level of oversight by the appropriate committee members in the House and Senate, and this work that is said to be occurring from whistleblower testimonies should not be exempt. In closing, I would like to say that the Tic Tac object we engaged in 2004 was far superior to anything that we had on time today or looking to develop in the next 10 years. If we in fact have programs that possess this technology, it needs to have oversight from those people that the citizens of this great country elected in office to represent what is best for the United States and best for the citizens. I thank you for your time.
So basically they're saying they also wanted to get into this is being recognized by the forces. How come you guys aren't making any protocols for like commercial stuff? So it's just like this is becoming a security threat to our nation as they're releasing it, right? But we don't have any procedures for people to report stuff if they're on a regular plane, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting that they're out here just trying to make a change for where we could all go to get information about this stuff.
And I don't know if you said this, but remember there were pilots who saw things in different agencies, and cease and desist letters were given to those pilots for like reporting the stuff that they saw. So this hearing basically goes over like what protections they can have for pilots like that, you know, which is important.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft,
well, this is actually I'm gonna find the not edited version of that.
That's fun.
But at that point, they're asking like, okay, that spacecraft. I mean, you guys have recovered spacecraft. and got. You know what? Let's just watch it with the fucking alien. Fuck it. It's funny that way. And I don't want to find it. It's real audio.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Yeah, White Hog, you see it? The biologics came with some of the recoveries.
The biologics
you
is
just realized it's
crazy.
Are they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
The
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Do you believe our government has made
alien
contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred.
That's funny.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Like this alien.
Human or non-human biologics?
We already watched it.
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Again?
Yeah.
Do you believe our government has made...
Oh, yeah. It's 30 seconds, my fault.
What am I talking about?
Huh?
What am I talking about?
Oh, because I thought you were, I thought it wasn't done, my fault. But anywho, yeah, despite that, the alien being in that video, the audio was real from the hearing. And he's basically saying, like, he can't talk about too much. He's going to give a list of people that have worked on stuff that is, like, outside of quote-unquote government people, like side contractors that realistically would have to get involved in order to properly clean shit up. And I just think it's interesting where the next hearing might go in terms of, you know, decisions to be made with Congress if we are going to have an area where, you know, they could just put out information. You know what I mean? Because it seems like a lot of people are at White Hawk's point of view where it's like, I'm tired of conspiracies. They're either real or they're not. And it's becoming... Other people are thinking that, oh, all the alien stuff is just a ploy to distract you from the real thing, the real issues. And I'm just like,
honestly,
you can see the same shit the other way around.
The
you know what I
world's
mean?
on fire.
Constantly. Shout out Canada.
Global warming is now global on fire. So it's like, that's the real fucking problem. Everything else is just smaller. Like, everything is a problem. People always think that, like, the government is trying to keep us from stuff. The government hates all of us. They don't give two craps.
You know what, White Hawk? I'd rather stuff like this be coming out than, ooh, yummy, so good. Yummy.
Bubbles, cowboy, meow.
TikTok,
meow.
Ooh, yeah. Popcorn, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I like, we are in a really weird special time. But I'd rather this shit come out than, ooh, yeah, yummy popcorn.
Babe.
I can't take it! I can't take it.
Yo, Pinky don't get money.
I don't give a flying
money.
I don't give a flying
Oh my god.
It is, I'm grabbing onto the wrong mouse. That's your mouse. Oh god.
Alright.
And talking about the aliens and shit. I've been talking about aliens my whole fucking life too.
Traditions.
Shout out Grandma Brown. But one thing that I guess that helped me with was thinking that things like Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy weren't real. You know? But like having an open mind to like people thinking that they're real.
Yeah.
When did you stop believing in Santa and shit? Well, rather, did you believe in Santa and did you believe in aliens?
So it's like an interview.
Yeah.
So that would be your two questions as an employer. Did you believe in Santa and do you believe in aliens?
Right.
I would say I believed in Santa and I loved Christmas movies with Santa, like as the main thing. The classic Christmas movies with, I think his name is Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I used to love those movies. I was like maybe 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that, or something like that.
When you found out he was
when
real.
I found out Santa wasn't because I saw my mom and my aunt wrapping
the whole
gifts.
time of that 10 years of your life, did you think that aliens were real? You thought aliens were fake?
I never really thought about aliens until I watched E.T.
E.T. came up before you were born.
Well, I watched it when I was alive on cable.
Okay, when?
I don't know, when I was maybe like old enough to watch E.T., like 14 or something. E.T. was a scary movie to me.
E.T. was not a scary movie. You can watch that now.
I know, but it was like scary to me. But after I watched that, I was like, this is weird. It makes me feel unsettled. I don't think I ever believed in aliens until I saw what I saw. And I saw some shit that defied gravity and defied our laws of physics, if those even exist at this point. Because what if laws of physics only exist on our planet because we deem for it to exist?
You're on some other stuff already.
You asked me a question.
I asked you if you believe in Santa Claus.
Yes, until 10. And then aliens. I feel like I recently started to believe in aliens because of what I witnessed with my own two eyes.
That's my point. That's my point. Is I find a lot more people would rather believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy being real than aliens were.
Yeah,
you know,
because it's a tradition that you grew up with.
Yeah, but fuck that. You know what I mean?
And aliens are scary. They're extraterrestrials.
I don't know what I would want my kid to know. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get them thinking. If aliens and shit is still where it's at now, I would be like, you know what, have an open mind. But the kids who talk about Santa and stuff like that, just let them live in that.
I just feel like it's hard as a parent for you to like take away traditions because you feel like they're outdated when you live traditions through your kids. So it's like you want your kid to have a childhood. You want your kid to be able to not worry about the difficult things and just believe that something good is going to happen.
But that's one of those traditions that every kid who's followed that tradition remembers the day that they realized Santa wasn't real. And it's usually not the best memory.
Yeah.
That's a tradition setting your kid up to have a bummer moment.
But like, for example, I feel like the tradition of the Tooth Fairy isn't fair because like I didn't have money growing up and like I never got money under my pillow for like
exactly. Same thing with fucking Santa Claus.
So it's like,
what does Santa do?
He gives gifts.
Right. Yeah. Even if a kid says, "Hey, I want mommy and daddy to be back together," and writes that to the North Pole. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks that there's that craziness, and the power that they put in those fairy tales, I think, can be damaging to somebody.
Yeah.
Whereas something as silly as like an alien, you know, that's, you know, it's just out there. It doesn't really do anything for good if you were like, oh, aliens aren't real one day. That's how we live now.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys are trying to incorporate a tradition where it is real to the kid for any point in time. Mm-hmm. Like if you introduce a concept that's like, okay, we clearly don't have anything like that, but we could kind of have an idea of it. Cool. But what giant fat white man is jumping on roofs, going through chimneys, delivering presents, and how come some Christmases those kids wake up and they don't have presents? You know what I mean? Like it's a bitter reality that you're throwing kids into.
I think, yeah, there could be beauty in those traditions, but you also have to be realistic about what types of situations you're in. And just like be honest with your kid, like, hey, maybe there's different types of Santas, and we get the Santa who gets the affordable things at the store because that's where we are. And it's just like sometimes you don't have to explain it that deep to a kid, but if a kid asks a question, I feel like it should be answered genuinely, you know? Yeah. Because you don't ever want to burden a kid with your own worries or your own concerns, like about being an adult or whatever. Because kids are kids at the end of the day, you know?
Now, question. You don't want to burden your kids with those expectations. Or would you want to burden your kid with expectations in general, like in terms of living up to life like you did? You know, it's kind of like the concept of what we were talking about with LeBron and his kid, Bronny.
I don't think my way of doing it was the only way.
poor Bronny. I think the expectations of having your kids follow in your footsteps, whether that is tradition, whether that is schedule, whether that is your workout routine, whether that is your hobby and your passion, I think it is very, very, very healthy for you to check in if that's really what they want. You should check in with yourself and how much you're tampering with, you know?
I think it's important to let people be their individual self. And as a human being, you're going to have expectations, right? Regardless.
Right.
But it's important to put your expectations in perspective because that puts a lot of pressure on kids when you know that your parent has an expectation and you can't reach that expectation.
So you can't put your expectations based off of your own character.
Yeah.
You literally have to take yourself out of the character and look at the point of view.
You kind of have to have like a bird's eye view of life in itself in that way where that's why I think it's important for you to have kids, if possible, to do as much work as you can on yourself because that's when you can be like more introspective and have a more of an unbiased approach to raising your kid. Whereas when you have a lot of trauma and you have a lot of issues and you have all these things that you haven't dealt with, having a kid is going to exacerbate like those things that you're going through because you're going to see it in your kid. Like kids have your genes. They're going to come out either similar to you in good ways or similar to you in ways that maybe are not so good.
So that's where I'm going to pause you real quick. I think a narrative that should be pushed heavily isn't just, and I agree with you, isn't just that we need to work on ourselves before we have the kid. However, once you have that kid, working on yourself shouldn't stop. The kid needs to see that you are practicing that even to that day. Well, you know, like that's going to be what really tests a parent making a decision not out of a bias of their own lens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I think it's really beautiful when I see someone who's not in the best situation have a kid and then that kid really inspires them to like be better, be a better person in whatever way, you know, because everyone's different. But I have seen that in people where like they have a kid and they're like, oh shit, like I need to get my shit together and like I need to be a good role model for this kid.
Well, yeah, they say that.
I'm not saying have kids to fix your problems, but sometimes people need like an outward motivation to do better.
It's like what Jeff said. Sometimes he feels like he needed to go to jail.
Yeah, to do better.
Coming out and doing something.
Not that having it like a kid is like going to jail, but
right. But again, putting yourself through a difficult time of discomfort in order to figure out what's actually going to work for you and move forward with it. Now,
and I think it's going back to traditions real quick. I think it's really cool when you establish your own traditions when you have a kid, depending on what your kid likes. Like, what if you have a kid and like your kid is into like Legos, right? But you've never done Legos before. Make it a tradition for every Wednesday we sit as a family and we all do Legos together.
Right, that could either make or kill a tradition.
Can make a kid feel special. Like I used to love when I felt special as a kid. Like when I felt like my mom really knew something about me that I was like into and she really tried to like appeal to that. Because I grew up like in an all-female household, but I played sports. My mom never went to like one of my sports games, you know? So it's like when she did take the initiative to like make me a cake for my birthday with like my softball uniform theme, I was like, wow, that's nice. Like she knows like I'm into this. So I think just making kids feel special is important, but Bronny over here, I know his dad makes him feel special, but Bronny had a cardiac arrest. And Bronny is a very young kid. When is a cardiac arrest? He's a very young kid. It is very odd that these young kids keep getting cardiac arrest. And the question is just like, why? Like, are they being pushed too hard?
Well, first off, he's 18 playing at an NBA level. You know what I mean? Like, son of LeBron, this is what I was talking about. Like, if the regime is too tailored, I don't care what genes you have that are prominent in your family. Check in a lot more. You know, do a couple extra tests. Don't rely on traditions. Don't rely on just home remedies and stuff. Get other opinions Because yeah, stuff like this is happening at a weird rate, and now all we're gonna see are headlines of random shit coming out to be the reason of this. But in reality, every person's different, from even parent to kid. Sure, some things are hereditary, absolutely, but in a case where something isn't, you know, you got to do some further research into like other aspects of the life. You know, you can't just be like, well, we don't have this in the family. This is just a freak accident that happened. Let's blame it on this life event.
Yeah, this is also being like normalized online. Like I've seen a bunch of headlines of like news websites saying that more young black males are being susceptible to like cardiac arrest. Like why? The question is why?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be turned into a ploy for something else when the reality is, again, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody should keep in check with themselves in order to keep pushing forward, because you never know what you got to end up living with if the next person doesn't. You know, so before you start taking advice, regimes, supplements and stuff that work for the professionals and the goats, even if they're your fucking father, you know, drink a little bit extra water, you know what I mean? Like, stretch a little bit longer. Do what feels right for you in that moment, and make sure that you're talking to people if something feels wrong. Yeah. And that's not just health-wise, that's mentally-wise, you know what I mean? That's in a bunch of different ways. And not to say, like, any of that could have prevented a freak thing like cardiac arrest. However, he is a very top, peak performing athlete.
With everything at his disposal. So it's like, how does this happen?
Right. So you have the resources to keep it going. And that just goes to show also, even if you have all the resources in the world, don't think that everything is concrete. You said, do that split you always wanted to do. Yeah. We gotta stretch more. I gotta stretch more. I gotta get back into the stretch.
Julie, we were talking about tradiciones before. So just traditions about like
and another one
what should be passed on and what shouldn't. Another one that's really sad is Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly has an album that she's releasing July 28th, which is tomorrow. She was going on like a big press tour for her album. I've heard a couple songs, not bad. But the poor girl has like passed out at dinner in California with her friends, and it turns out that she has a bunch of blood clots in her body. She was able to release a, which one is it? This one? That one. Yeah. She was able to release a post on Twitter where she hand wrote that she is doing better, but they are still doing tests on her. And yeah, it's really, really sad. Like a healthy young girl who was just like on her feet just collapsed. It's so important for us to, you know, just check in with our bodies and to not just keep going and going and going till you fall down,
if you guys are in a grind and in a routine, I guess if anyone's similar to me and having an addictive personality, sometimes when you get in the groove of things, you forget to do your dailies. Sometimes you forget to snack when you normally snack. Sometimes you forget to do the things you normally do because you just get so involved in the thing that's in front of you. It is so beneficial for you to take a step back, forcefully sometimes even, and being like, oh, I gotta check in with myself and see what the hell is good. And then you'd be surprised how many times you'd be like, wow, I'm actually happy that I stepped away because I was actually losing my mind and I didn't know it. Another couple hours I would have been donezo. It's already happened with me and Teddy playing, you know, Minecraft and shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh.
Zuli, the people and the topics we talk about, we put up in the middle here so you guys can see. So this is Tori Kelly's post that she put up that she hand wrote in the hospital.
This is Tori Kelly.
That's Tori Kelly.
I gave her a little get well balloon.
Aww.
And I gave her a stethoscope and a little medicine.
Yeah. And then this is Tori Kelly again.
I did the same thing for Bronny. Get well soon.
That's Bronny James, who just had a cardiac arrest, 18-year-old.
Just had a heart attack. Went into cardiac arrest.
She went into cardiac arrest, I'm sorry. All right. Next topic.
I think that ended up being it, no? That's it for this week.
We have our fun game that we can play with everyone.
Oh my god, yo.
It's
so much lightning. Let me show you guys a picture.
All right. We're going to do a fun game, chat. So, Zuli, if you're here, Whitehawk, Emery.
If there's...
all right. So to wrap this up, we have seen this game on Kai Senat's Twitch channel, actually. So it's a what's in your house game, okay? So I'm gonna put on a timer for, let's start off with a minute, right? We're gonna do a minute and then we're gonna go down to like 10 seconds. And people in chat, we can pick someone for each round. One of you is gonna tell us something that we have to get, right? In the house, okay? You're gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna go and I'm gonna put the timer on.
Wait.
What?
How is that gonna work?
Because we have people in the chat. Whitehawk is gonna do it.
We did not talk this through.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
It's gonna be a what's in the house game.
Yeah, but who's deciding it?
The chat.
Okay, the chat's gonna say a billion things. How are we gonna pick one?
Whitehawk, it just said he'll do it.
Right. Okay, so
we can pick one person for each round. The first round is 1 minute. So we're gonna ask who wants to play. And then we're gonna pick someone. And that's it. What's the big deal?
No, it wasn't a big deal. Alright, let's see. Go ahead.
Okay. Does that make sense? So it's a what's in your house game. We're gonna start off with 1 minute on the clock. Whitehawk, you'll be the first one to tell us to get something in the house. And basically, we both have to get back here before the 1 minute is down. And if he comes back before I come back, he basically wins.
W.
Right?
Take it off my slides.
Then if we both come back in time, under the 1 minute, we go again for 30 seconds.
Alright.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I only win if she doesn't make it back in under a minute.
And then Whitehawk, if you want to play for all rounds, you can.
Appreciate it, Julie. Appreciate you stopping by.
Okay. All right, Whitehawk.
So as soon as he types it, we're gonna go.
I'm gonna start the timer for 1 minute. Well, as soon as you type it, I'm gonna start with 1 minute. All right, Whitehawk. Ah! Babe! Knocked down the whole house.
A pillow. Got it. Next one.
He's insane. Jesus. Okay.
I did that shit in 5 seconds. Alright, who's up next?
You gotta let me hit the timer.
Nah, I'm getting out of this door before you. It's a tiny doorway.
Oh my god, he almost took me out. Alright. Next one is 30 seconds.
30 seconds? You should do 45 seconds.
Okay.
Now, we'll do 30
now
seconds.
He likes the game,
we'll do 30
y'all.
seconds. I've been like the game. I was the one who came up with the idea that we should be doing it, but I realized when we sat down and we're eating pizza, we didn't really talk about how we were going to do it. We just got Whitehawk to say we would do it.
All right, 45 seconds on the clock.
Wait.
Ready?
No,
set.
What? He didn't give us anything to go. He said as soon as he types it, we go.
We have to start it.
You can't start. You can't start it until Franklin.
He tried to sabotage me.
Yo, I stiff armed the hell out of you.
I got a frying pan. I have to pee so bad. He literally tried to kill me. All right, pause. Evidence.
Okay.
All right, give me. I'll go put it back.
All right, she gonna go put it back. Guys, I tore up my floor.
Stop running hard.
Good. I got heavy feet. Oh, yo, she grabbed my arm and tried to pull me through the door.
Bullshit.
Crazy. My knees all swollen and shit. Alright. Who's next? Who's next in the pick? Fumi said that he was here, right? Let Fumi get the next one. Fumi, you around? I can put on music for this too. Ariana Grande, we were talking about her earlier. Alright, and we're taking the next one? No. You didn't fold, did you? Alright.
Oh shit. Almost locked us up. All right.
Shot boys her. Hi, Peter.
All right.
All right, since Fumi's not here, Peter, you gotta tell us something to get. We gotta get something in the house within 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds. This is round 3. We both have 1.
What do you mean? Okay, yeah, we both have 1. You're right.
All right. As soon as he
No,
says...
we both got 2.
Yeah, we both got 2.
Pan.
Tell us to get something in the house, Peter.
We got 30 seconds. As soon as you type it, we're out.
I'm holding my phone to press start. Or anyone.
A left shoe or...
A left shoe or...
Lefty, lefty, lefty.
Left shoe.
That is your left, okay. I'm just making sure.
14 seconds left.
So we're doing 15
left.
seconds for the next one. Ow!
Wait, I got back here first, didn't I?
What are you talking about? No, you didn't. I got here first on my shoe.
All right, next round.
So who's the next one?
It's gonna be 20 seconds.
What? It's 15 seconds. Put on 15 seconds.
No, I'm gonna do 20.
No.
Yeah. Next round is 20 seconds. Who wants to do it? Whoever we see first.
Open the fucking bag! Open the bag! Open the bag! Get the bag! Get the bag! I got it!
I got it!
Where's the timer? Where's the timer? Where's the timer? Where's your timer?
It's right here. It just went off.
Okay, we both got back. Okay.
He grabbed the whole rice bag.
I wasn't let her grab no rice.
Look at that.
Okay. And very specific indeed. That was crazy. The fact that we had 2 spots to pull an individual grain of rice out.
Yo, the way I thought on my feet right there.
Okay.
All right, next round.
Next round.
15 seconds. Okay. Hold on.
That last one was 20 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was 15, you would have been done. You would have been done.
All right, hold on. Pause. We should do individual rounds where 15 seconds they ask you to guess something and then you have to come back. And then 15 seconds they ask me to guess something and I have to come back. And whoever does it wins. Okay? That makes sense?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, no.
That makes sense.
No, it does not. We gotta do it at the same time because if we only have one or something.
Oh, 15 seconds. They said we tell each other what to get. That's good. That's good.
All right.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right. I gotta think, chat. Help me out. You can't see. All right.
Watch
all right.
the
Oh,
table.
shit. All right, 15 seconds. I need you to go get a bracelet.
Yo, I'm so nice with it.
The way he runs so fast. 5, 4.
Yo, I'm so nice with these corners. I'm so nice with the corners.
Yo, the way he almost clipped himself on the corner was insane. Okay. Oh my god.
All right.
That was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, because our dresser is a lot further than you think.
He's funny.
Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, huh? What are we doing? Should we get it again, huh? Alright. Nah. She knows what that is. She knows what that is. She organizes our laundry. Yo, I fucked up my wrist trying to get us stuff.
Are you bleeding?
I forgot that fucks on my camera. Yeah, I am bleeding. I put my blood and
This guy.
sweat into this.
Let me
Where's
see.
your camera?
This kid is really bleeding. It's because he be turning the corners like a crazy one.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Oh, what's she getting, huh? All right. Go get a.
White Hawk said we destroyed the set. Dylan destroyed the set.
I had to destroy the set. Go get a.
Come on!
DVD.
What?
5,
DVD.
4. There you go. Good work. All right, here you go.
All right, next round is 10 seconds and last round is 5 seconds. This is Jim Carrey, The Truman Show DVD.
Truman Show, great show.
My baby has a
What is
bunch
real?
of DVDs in the house.
You
I'm
know,
gonna just
guys,
put
I
this
really
right here.
effed my wrist.
Cause you're
That's okay.
crazy. Whatever you did in the beginning, you really went crazy.
This isn't safe. I also have a saw and a hammer just sitting on the desk.
Yeah.
And there's like a chip of metal out this.
Yeah, we should get that removed. All right.
What am I doing, huh?
10 seconds. Who would like to be Dylan's guest? 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody tell Dylan to get something. You hurt your knee?
Nah, I'm just getting ready to.
He's getting ready to book it.
Hey.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Just grab your seat.
No.
You're not running right now.
A paper clip.
No way. I got one. You guys are pieces of shit. No way.
You know where they are?
No.
Right here.
You're a fucking fiend.
They're right here. I have a whole jar of paper clips.
Literally moves. She moved all of her work supplies 2 days ago, knowing that we're gonna play this. Nah,
Hey, be careful.
You're a fed, gang.
You're a fed. About to ruin my shit.
Ah, man.
And poke our son.
Alright, you know what, White Hawk? You gotta give her one then. I gotta give her one then.
Hey. All right.
You know what? No, Peter's was good. Give me the phone. Give me the timer.
You need to move out the middle, because you're in the middle. Look at my baby's bracelet that he never wears.
Yo.
Guys, I got Dylan this bracelet.
But I know where it is by heart, right?
He never wears
But
it.
I know where it is by heart, right?
Ready? What is it?
Alright, Emery says some hot sauce, go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No! She did it! Oh god, she broke our fridge.
No, my mic just fell off. Yo, I almost slipped on the carpet. Oh my god. Let me fix this carpet before we
Do I get a redemption round, guys? Do I get a redemption round since she was on the buzzer?
Yeah, you can get a redemption.
I get a redemption?
Yeah.
10 seconds on the clock.
Okay. I'm gonna choose this one though. All right.
You're gonna choose it?
Yeah. I'm gonna sit on my throne. Let me think for a couple seconds. All right, guys. 10 seconds for a redemption round. If not, I win. Deal? Or you want to do a 5-second round?
10 seconds, yeah.
All right.
5 seconds. 5 seconds if I get back in, then we both got to do 5 seconds.
10 seconds. I need you to get a piece of gym equipment.
Okay.
5, 4.
I bring options. I got an elastic band and I got us a yoga mat. We'll be working out today, people. Okay?
Put your face on and say that again. He almost broke his ankle. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I have to go again. Ugh.
5 seconds now, gang.
How's it going though, guys? It's going good? Do we like the game?
5 seconds now. 5 seconds and you gotta go first. Yo, I'm gonna be fast as fuck. If I win based off of redemption.
Going crazy. All right. 10 seconds.
What? 5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds. Sorry, I got confused.
I'm gonna put it at 7 because 5 seems a little excessive.
Yeah. 7 seconds is crazy.
Alright.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it in 7 seconds, gang.
Go get your mans. A tie.
What?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Shorty got all my belts and ties.
I made it. Fuck out of here.
You go put that back in the closet. You didn't make it.
Yes, I did. It's sounding. I made it. It made it. I made it. Guys,
it was off for a
I
while.
made it.
Go.
No, but this house is mad fucking big for no reason.
Do y'all have an upstairs? Nah. That was the next room.
Honestly, this tire vibe.
All right.
That look Parisian. I won that.
You think she wins?
I won that. I won that.
I'll wait for her to come back to read that one. She's not gonna believe me. How they doing? Oh, you mean my landlord? She's probably doing great.
All right, last one. You have to do a 7-second one.
What the reason? Oh, wow.
How the neighbors down below doing?
No. Read above that.
You were 3 or 4 seconds over. That's crazy, White
I
Hawk.
told you. It wasn't me.
That's
It wasn't me
crazy.
We got it back up.
And Dylan was going crazy, so if she mad, it's because of him. I got light feet.
I got 7 seconds to beat your ass now.
All right.
And if I beat you, then you got to do a redemption? Nah. You're just out of it.
I'm out of it.
All right, bet.
I'll
7
do a
seconds.
redemption if Chad wants me to do one.
Let's get it.
All right. 7 seconds. Let's see how loud Dylan can stomp around the house. All right. Let me think.
Scroll time, gang.
Ooh, I got a good one. I need you to get a picture frame. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a beautiful picture this is, right?
Yo, that carpet is a danger. That carpet is dangerous. Nah, you got it. You won. Shout out Dylan. Yo, he was sprinting. That was iconic. I wish you guys could have seen that. GG's. GG's, gang.
GG's, everybody. Hopefully I don't get evicted.
Hopefully
from
we don't
this
get
game.
evicted.
Hopefully you guys don't get evicted indeed. Tune in next week, 8 p.m. Successful as podcast today.
NDT, where we have conversations that you wouldn't have at the dinner table usually, or games that you wouldn't play at the dinner table, such as Find What's in Your House.
Yeah,
Tune
I mean,
in
I
next
would play
time.
this at the dinner table. I would just fuck up the house.
You really would. You'd fuck up the table. That's for sure. Thank you guys for chatting.
Thank you, White Hawk.
And
Thank you, Peter.
joining
Thank you, Emery. Thank you, Fumi. Thank you, everybody who stopped
and
by.
being here with us in our big community that we're continuously building. I'm editing the beach vlog. There's been a couple of tech issues, so hopefully I can figure that out with my laptop. And if not, I'll just do it on the other computer that we have, our editing.
Other than that, keep YouTube posted. Exclamation point YouTube to go on there and keep an eye out for our videos. I'm gonna keep uploading the VODs until we start getting another situation going for editing clips and so on and so forth. In all honesty, if enough clips get made from these VODs or from these streams being live, then I might just start uploading those onto YouTube and then just leaving the full podcast to Twitch. That way we could just start rolling out with like clips that are easier to digest and probably just get more views, less time. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
But it is ironic. I mean, even the 9-hour stream got the most views.
Yeah.
It's very ironic.
Yeah, so make sure you are looking at
Stay posted.
Dylan's schedule for streaming. That's going to be during the night now instead of the mornings. We're switching it up. So make sure you guys are tuning in for the gaming streams on Twitch.
Yeah, we're going to be doing one tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow night, 11 p.m. is going to be a late night. I moved everything to I might start a little bit. I'll probably start at 10. But yeah, we moved everything to the evening shift. Your boy got a job, gang!
Dylan got a job.
We're looking at an architectural drafter now.
He's been working really hard to get a job in the field that he wants to be in.
Dude, it's been over a year
Yeah.
and 3-ish months.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much
We should talk about that next podcast, like the application phase and just like the tech market right now. And I know a lot of people our age looking for jobs.
Yeah, I mean, we could pull up threads just on that.
Looking for well-paying jobs, not only just a job, but a
also,
job that they can sustain themselves.
What the employer was talking about at the interview, where he says a lot of the people aren't even in the country post-COVID. Everybody thinks everything's remote.
It's a really crazy time right now. And if you're out there looking for a job, looking for a better job, like we're with you, I'm praying for you. Because a lot of people are in this situation and we're just grateful to be in like this next stage,
Yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for any opportunity at this point in time. So, we will touch upon that. We'll touch upon that in the next one. I'll be a couple days in, and
maybe we could have some people on who can give their perspective.
I broke my nail doing all that shit.
Because you're crazy. I just want to say, I didn't break nothing doing nothing because I wasn't trying to risk my body for this, but he out here risking life and limb. Go get a nail clipper.
I'll go clip that up.
All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. for NDT.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.